Hello, this is a romantic vlog. We are flying to Vienna. I could never have dreamed of this, but it turns out that anything is possible. I absolutely adore night flights. There is something magical about seeing the city all lit up at night and anticipating how it will welcome us in the morning.
Torch von verboten Strungelmunter.
We found a charming cafe under the starry sky, nestled near a temple, which felt incredibly symbolic. When I initially booked our room, I requested a bathtub. However, upon opening the door, I was disappointed to see only a shower. But as I explored further, I discovered a bathtub as well. Can you imagine? They thought of everything here. Even two sinks, a dream come true for convenience. Breakfast at the hotel was a delightful experience. I indulged in an array of delicious treats, particularly savoring the cottage cheese dish, which I hadn't tasted in a year. Our hotel's location is simply breathtaking. A short stroll led us to the city hall, where we encountered a magnificent monolithic tree. There is something undeniably romantic about the days when grand dresses and gentlemen graced these streets. It filled me with a sense of aesthetic wonder. As we approached, I initially mistook it for a contemporary art exhibition in a museum, but to my surprise, it was the Parliament building. Absolutely cool. A simple bow changed the entire atmosphere. And then we arrived at Maria Theresa Square. I'll share more about her later, but for now, I want to highlight the abundance of parks here. Despite being in the city center, it feels like we are constantly walking through large green spaces and grand palaces. Maria Theresa herself is commemorated here with a remarkable monument. She was an incredible woman who made significant reforms that transformed Austria, earning her this grand square and statue as a fitting tribute.
Одно и то же или это разные?
We visited the Spanish Riding School, a splendid establishment dating back to the 18th century. Here, in the heart of Vienna, we indulged in a carriage ride celebrating our fourth anniversary, holding hands and cherishing each other's company. What could be better? The blend of eras, architectures, styles, nationalities, languages, and people here left me in awe. I'll admit I had some preconceived notions about Austrian cuisine, thinking it was heavy and fatty.
Один из
However, we
основоположников
burned out so
французской
many
иммиграции,
calories today to
и он
enjoy a
считается
soup that was nothing short of amazing. We even shared some lemonade with a bee, thinking she needed it more than we did. Approaching St. Peter's Cathedral, I was already overwhelmed by beauty, and when we stepped inside, it was pure catharsis. I must confess, I shed a few tears. It was that beautiful. Our journey led us to Stephanplatz, a place that had been under construction for centuries. It was so good outside. Someone played classical music there. It dawned on me just how grand Stephanplatz was, as if it were impossible to contain all this beauty. That's when a key realization hit me. Instead of being overwhelmed, I choose to relax and fully embrace the beauty around me. It may sound like a trivial problem, but trust me, when you encounter one amazing sight after another, it's a genuine challenge. Vienna is a city filled with countless details to discover, from the charming rabbits to quirky cafes with intriguing signs. We entered a large park with a picturesque pond and took a moment to rest, as my tired boots needed it. Actually, they are just as beautiful as everything else we'd seen today. Returning to our hotel, our step count tailed nearly 20,000. We watched The Big Bang Theory in German. And tasted mini kiwi for the first time. They're indeed small and taste like kiwi.
Darlings, I'm on cloud nine. Truly another world.
And I plan to end this day with a relaxing bubble bath. After 20,000 steps, my legs certainly deserve it. Let me show you our inner garden, right outside our room. We were amazed to discover this quiet courtyard. Falling leaves provided with a serene backdrop for work, tea, and a breathtaking view. We continued to bask in the palace atmosphere and opted for a taxi carriage ride to Belvedere Palace. Our visit to the palace was driven by one goal: to see a collection of stunning paintings, particularly one that had been on my mind for a long time. I'm sure you've guessed it by now. Gustav Klimt's The Kiss, a profoundly romantic masterpiece. It was a dream come true to see it in person. Afterwards, we ventured to a nearby bar named Falco. I was captivated by the music playing there, only to discover that it was the work of the famous Austrian musician Falco, whose singles had topped the American charts. One composition, in particular, resonated with me.
Ich krieg von dir niemals genug, du bist in jedem Atemzug, alles dreht sich nur um dich. Warum ausgerechnet ich? Zähl die Stunden, die Sekunden, doch die Zeit scheint still zu stehen, hat mich geschunden, gewunden. Lass mich gehen, was willst du noch? Willst du meine Tage zählen? Warum musst du um mich mit meiner Sehnsucht wählen?
Prior to our trip to Austria, I had longed to visit the famous Vienna Opera. I consider us incredibly lucky because I managed to purchase tickets the day before our visit, and the price didn't deter me. However, upon our arrival, we were in for a surprise. It was not a concert, but an interview, entirely in German, simply quite unhelpful for us. Nevertheless, I was determined to enter, and so we did. We weren't the only ones, and I'm grateful that this unexpected turn didn't overshadow the rest of our city exploration, which eventually led us to a glimpse of the future. We are excursionists here.
Это, видимо, гид. Я думаю, что за мужик с тележкой? У него, видимо, внутри он переносит, видимо.
And of course, we stumbled upon another rabbit, a rather large one.
Не.
Once again, we ventured into another picturesque park. Each park seemed like a perfect idyllic
Ну,
scene. It was time for a sweet surprise, our fourth anniversary celebration. Capturing the moment, I gifted us king and queen rings, symbol of a trip that will be etched in our memories for years to come. Oh, Vienna, you are truly astounding. Thank you for your beauty. And to my husband, thank you for this journey and for the proposal you made 4 years ago. Thanks for the abundance of beauty in this world that overwhelms us, and for our ability to appreciate it at our own pace, calmly and relaxed.